Welcome back, everyone. It's me, a special video today. We're going to be taking a look at, compared to Tel Aviv, two very different cities in two very different countries that are separated by about 400 miles or 650 kilometers. But what is it that makes these two cities so different? Well, we're going to find out today. So let's begin with Tehran. Tehran is the capital of Iran, and it has a population of over 8 million people. It sits on the north-central plateau of Iran, and is surrounded by mountains on all sides. Now, let's take a look at some footage of Tehran. This footage was taken just a few hours ago, actually, by Iranian state TV showing the skyline of Tehran. These buildings here in the background, this is the Milad Tower, which is the tallest building in Iran. 450 feet or 139 meters tall. You can see all the lights coming on now. Here's a closer view of the Milad Tower and some other tall buildings in the Tehran skyline. And here's another one. Just want to give you an idea of the topography of the city of Tehran. There's a lot of mountains here, as you can see. Tehran sits on a north-central plateau, but you can see how it kind of surrounds the city on all sides. Now let's go back in time to some footage of Tehran from before the war began. And you can see right away the difference between then and now. There's no lights in the sky at all. So we'll begin with this view here of the Azadi Tower. This tower was built to commemorate the 25th anniversary of the Iranian Revolution. And again, here it is during the war. The city of Tehran at night during the war. This is the Parliament of Iran. And here it is, at night, during the war. This is the Grand Musalla Mosque. And here it is, during the war. And finally, the Golestan Palace, which was built in the 19th century and is now a museum. And here it is during the war. You can see there's some light coming from the windows of the top floor. That's pretty much all the light you'll see from most buildings in Tehran these days at night. Okay, so now let's switch gears and take a look at our second city, the city of Tel Aviv. Tel Aviv is located on the Mediterranean coast of Israel and has a population of about 4.5 million people. Here's a look at the Tel Aviv skyline. These high-rise buildings here in the foreground were built in the 1930s and they suffered severe damage during the recent Tel Aviv missile strike. Now let's take a look at some more footage of the Tel Aviv missile strike. Israeli air defenses were able to intercept most of the missiles headed towards Tel Aviv. However, some did get through. This is one of those missiles approaching the city. Here it is, exploding over the Mediterranean Sea, just off the coast of Tel Aviv. Here's another one coming in. This one appears to have been Here's a view looking into Tel Aviv as another missile flies overhead. Here's one more of the missiles striking a building in Tel Aviv. The missile actually set off a fire on the roof of this building. Fortunately though, it doesn't look like it caused any major damage. And speaking of damage, here's a look at the damage left behind in the streets of Gaza City. These images were also released by the IDF today. They show the aftermath of the strikes against Hamas targets in Gaza City. These images here show the destruction of multiple command and control tunnels used by Hamas. Here's another one. This image here shows the destruction of a weapons manufacturing site inside of Gaza City. Alright, so let's take a moment to remember the city of Aleppo in Syria. Many consider Aleppo to be the crown jewel of the Middle East. It was once home to over 2 million people. At one point during the Syrian civil war, it looked like this. These images here were released by the Syrian government showing the aftermath of a rebel attack on Aleppo. And here's another one. And here's one more. Hopefully the city of Aleppo can rebuild itself one day. Speaking of rebuilding, let's take a look at some images of the city of Beirut in Lebanon. These images here were also released by Lebanese army showing the aftermath of an Israeli airstrike against Hezbollah targets in Beirut. Alright, that's all the time we have for today's video. Thanks for watching. Please remember to support the channel, and I'll see you all next time.